Welcome to Truth to Life podcast. This is episode 1. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone that's reached out to me over the last 15 months, anyone that's sent me photos, all the people that have supported me along the way, asked me questions, had back and forth, which we've done online and over the phone. Honestly, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even be here recording this right now. You guys are the ones that have definitely kept me motivated and given me some glimmer of hope that there is people out there that are taking notice what I'm doing and what I'm speaking about. You don't have to agree with what everything that I say or everything that I put out. That's not my intent to change people's minds and tell people that they have to think how I think. That's definitely not my aim is. My aim's basically to give an alternate perspective on what's going on in the world right now. There's a lot of people out there that might be at different levels right now. Some people in your own family. To be honest, there's been a lot of families that have had divide and stuff just on certain specific topics at the moment, i.e. COVID or the QR codes or the virus itself or, politics. There's so many factors to life. And that's why I've decided to do this podcast. I've got a heap of stuff in the works, which really should have already been out, but I've been slack to start this. I didn't really know how to start it. And I probably doubted myself a little bit with it. So I've definitely decided that from now on, I'm going to continue to put these recordings out. So this will be episode 1. And they probably won't come out every week. I'm hoping to maybe get one a month at this stage, being realistic. If I try to squeeze in any more, it's probably not going to be very good content anyway. And we're going to be discussing a lot of different stuff. Obviously, everyone that's seen me or have heard of me, seen me firsthand, knows I'm a freedom fighter. There's no bypassing that fact. I'm proud of what I've been doing. I have, like I said to you before, I've got good intentions. I'm not doing this to get people to follow me, click likes. I don't give a shit about any of that. I'm not doing it at this stage. I haven't even it hasn't even come through my mind to even do this to potentially make some type of revenue out of it. I'm basically doing this to give back to the community. That's pretty much my sole driving factor is I want to give back to people because throughout my life I've had some huge highs. But I've also had some massive lows. But one thing I've continued to do was I just kept fighting, learning about myself, improving my lifestyle, and I had to set goals to work towards so I could become the person that I wanted to be. Have I got there yet? 100% no. Like it's still work in progress, but I've definitely come a long way, even from 4 years ago when my daughter was born. I was a completely different person back then to even what I am now. It's only 4 years, so if you're out there and you've been in a rut or you've been in a constant thing that you can't break like a cycle, just know that you can do it. Anyone can do it if you put your mind to it, but you've got to want it. If you don't want it enough, it's not going to happen. There's a lot of things that have happened in my life that's probably got me to this point now. Some being good, some being negative. But all I can see with the path that I'm on currently is a lot of positivity coming out. I'm speaking to some cool people. It's interesting speaking to other people and getting other perspectives. Even obviously, I'm still evolving as a person as well, so I'm still learning stuff about myself. I'm not sitting there closing myself in a box and unwilling to hear other sides of the story or other people's perspective. To be honest, I love going back and forth with people, and it's not for a negative. Like it's kind of like boxing, but it's with words, and it's not about being a winner or anything like that. It's a bit competitive because the more you do it, the better you get at it. Definitely a factor, but there's so many ways you can talk to people, and you can either agree to disagree. You can come to each other. One might come to the other side, or you might go to their side, and whatever the outcome is. But 9 times out of 10, it's positive. And we've got so many people in this society right now that sit there and they feel like they can't say anything because they're in fear of being shamed. The probably hardest thing for people to get past is when they talk about this stuff with someone else that has a different perspective. When their other person's talking and telling them stuff, might be information that they haven't heard before. Their default inside their central, like in their nervous system, it defaults back to pushing that information away, rejecting that information. You don't even think about it, but you automatically do it. You do it, your body processes it all that quickly. And that's the thing that you've got to work on to break that. You got to break that down. I've had to work on that. I've found myself falling into the trap where I believe so strongly about a certain topic or a certain thing that I've been talking about to someone, and then when they give me an alternate perspective, it helps me to then look at what they're talking about and try to understand how they've come to that conclusion or how they're wired. And you're not going to work everyone out, but if you can try put yourself in their position, and try think what access or what database of knowledge that they've had access to, that can then help shape where how you approach that conversation, or how sensitive or not sensitive you are to that person, based on all that stuff.
I mean, at the end of it, we just all want to collaborate together. We don't want to be a part of a society that shames each other, singles people out, and just stands on what they believe firmly, and they just don't want to move from that, from that moral compass. It's not a nice place to be. It's not going to bring anything positive for the future generations of our kids to come, their kids to come. We've got to break the cycle. That's what it comes down to. We've literally been living this same scenario, same simulation now for hundreds of years. Things have changed obviously over that time, but the actual, the overhanging hierarchy is the same. And unless we do something now, the future's definitely not looking too bright for our kids. And I know that sounds, doom and gloom. But I'm not sugarcoating anything on this podcast. It's going to be straight up how I see it. What I see and the information that's available to me. That's what I'm going to give you, and it's going to be raw. It's definitely going to come across raw for some people. Some people never heard this stuff before, so they're going to, their first instinct's going to be to tune out and, unsubscribe, whatever you want to call it. But stay along for the ride. You never know what's the worst that can happen. You might learn something, or we all might collaborate together and just become a little bit closer as a community. And it might bring some unity. Might bring some common ground. You might learn something about other people that you had no idea about. I'm sure there's heaps of people out there that live every day or play out a situation that you have in your life that you probably would never even think about, or believe that person was going through. Sometimes speaking to other people about, could be a problem or it could be something you're going through. It brings you closer together. They form bonds, and that's what communities are supposed to be all about. I reckon I'm going to wrap it up there. I've been talking a lot. It's only my first episode, so I don't want to run out of content already. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to give me some feedback. I know I've said but and probably like about 1 million times. I worked that out pretty quickly through the recording process, but there you go. I did it again. It's a wrap. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in for the first episode. I'm going to attach my email address, my social media accounts, all the contact information in the description of this video. Any feedback you've got for me, any content for the future, please send it through. I would really appreciate it. Wish you guys all the best and look after your families. Cheers, guys. See ya.